Welcome back to Echoes of Impacts with Noura. This is your host, Noura Al-Masri. And today I have a dear friend as we are celebrating the International Women History Month. I'm bringing some wonderful women today. And there is nothing better for me than starting with my friend, Brittany. Brittany C is a grant writer. Actually, she's a grant strategist. She does so much more than grant writing. And I'm not going to say so much about her. I'm going to let her tell you about herself. That's what I like to do with my guests because I don't think anyone can tell you about themselves better than the person. So welcome, Brittany. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much, Nora. Thank you for having me.
Sure. Thank you for being here. So, Brittany, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background, your journey into the grant writing?
The journey is a long story that I'll make short, but I am Brittany C. I am the founder of Write the Vision Plainly LLC, which is where I help nonprofit and businesses reach their funding goals. Because, we all need money, we all need finances. And what better way to fund your dreams now than later? Am I right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So we've been talking offline, you told me like there's a lot of women's grants. As we are celebrating Women Month, I want to encourage those women who are maybe wanted to start businesses. Maybe they're already in business, but have some challenges. I know there are a lot of grants for women, and I want you to tell us a little bit about that and who is it available for?
Who it's available for? All women. So if you are a woman entrepreneur, woman of color, maybe you're a Hispanic woman owned business. So whatever you are, demographic you are, background you are as a woman, you at least need to be 51% owner for a lot of grants that are out there. And you have to, of course, show proof that you are a legitimate business and you are a woman. As simple as that sounds, I know it's not always simple to prove.
I've spoke to a lot of people, women, men, everyone think there's discrimination somehow because I am this color, because I am a woman, because I'm a minority, because I have a disability. Everyone kind of think like they have discrimination against them just because they're not getting funded. Do you think this is actually a discrimination, or do you think they're doing something?
No, I don't think it's discrimination because you can be an alien with purple skin, but do you have a business and are you within the demographics? So here's where I think it's misconstrued in discrimination. It's that okay, only these group of people are able to qualify for this. Correct, they are. But there are grants as well as other available resources for all demographics. So you just pick the one that's the best fit for you. And you don't have to is it's unnecessary to say, oh, this demographic is getting funded and they're discriminating against me, but you don't fit the dynamic. But maybe not for that one, but for another one, you might be a perfect fit for.
Mhm. Nice. Thank you. This is very important to know because, you just have to find the right grant. Maybe consult with someone who knows what they're talking about because there's a lot of grants out there. Like, can you tell us a little bit about what type of grants over there? Like, are they coming from states? Are they mostly coming from federal or where? Like, where exactly the grants?
So everywhere, and I'll get more specific. So there are grants on your state level. So wherever you are in the United States, even internationally. So wherever you are in the world, there are grants for you. They're on the federal, non-federal, corporate, business levels. And they're also on the city level. All you have to do is search for it. The information is there. It's not hard to find. And also, we're right now we are in the um, first quarter for the new funding release on the non-federal level, and on the federal level for the government contracts that already made their second quarter, moving into their third.
Nice. So if just to give some context to the audience, if I'm a woman right now and I want to start a business, but I want funding, where should I look first? What's the direction I should be taking in order to find something, some grants to fund my company, my idea?
I would start with a good resource is sba.gov. You can also connect with your local chamber of commerce in every state, every city has one. So that's a great place to start because they have so many other resources other than Googling, other than trying to spend a whole bunch of money on databases and everything else. Yes, I would start at those two places, your local chamber of commerce and sba.gov.
Thank you. And what do they have to have? Do they have to have a business plan, anything else? What exactly they ask for?
So what for on the business side is
Yeah.
it's a little bit different with the nonprofit, but I'll talk about the business. So you do have to have your business plan. You do have to have your EIN. It's not mandatory that you have like an account with sam.gov, but they may require you to show proof of your DUNS number or your UEI, your unique entity identification number. And if you are, for those that are very familiar with government contracts, they know of this number. Is it mandatory and necessary? Only if you're going after government contracts. On the nonprofit side, you do have to show proof of your 501(c)(3) determination. You do have to show that um, you're legitimate, you're in right standing, you are getting donations. You cannot have a nonprofit and it's not doing anything. Just like your business, you cannot have a business trying to apply for these grants and government contracts without proof of what you've done for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. That's why, like, I see a lot of people go get their determination letter and then they want to go look for grant. Like, wait, you can't get grant this way. You have to do some work. So yeah, this is really important to know. And I think the audience might, if they're not familiar with grants, they might be a little bit overwhelmed with SAM.gov and everything else. So can you just tell them a little bit what is SAM.gov and why is it is important for them to have a number there? What's accessibility that that's give them?
So to bring clarity, sam.gov is where the federal funding or the government contracts are. And these these grants on the federal level, rather, they are more. It's more money, more impact. You can do a lot with it, but it's still it's still a plan where you have to strategize on how you're spending it. So although this is not on like the non-federal where they might give you, let's just say, $5,000 to fulfill your dream, you can get so much more with the government contracts as funding is concerned. But you do have to have what they need is your unique entity ID, which is an alphanumeric code that says, hey, you are registered. You will have a workspace station with them under SAMS.gov, and you can apply directly from that site using that number. And they know who you are because your business is there. When you register for this number, you're putting in your business information. You're putting in that EIN, you're putting in that TIN so they know who you are. And this is a way for your safety and theirs to not because it's like a public information. So this with this number, it has they know who you are. It's like your business identifier. So you can apply for those government contracts.
And how do they get this number? Is it from SAMS.gov as well?
Yes, whenever, as I mentioned before, they go into sam.gov, they create an account, and while you're filling out the information, it's gonna ask you for that pertinent information for your business, and that's how you're able to acquire this number and go after and seek the government contracts, the federal funding that you've been looking for your business and for your nonprofit.
Awesome. And when you say government contract, does it mean they will be working with the government, or they getting a contract with the government? I mean, not contract, a funding from the contract from the government.
Yes, that does mean they will be getting funding from the government. And a lot of it comes in the form of a contract, meaning they are going to give you this money, but you have an allotted time within this contract to spend it.
Awesome. Thank you
You
so
have to
much.
have a plan.
What did you say?
I said you have to have your plan for this.
Yes, awesome. So you have to have a plan. You have to have a business plan. Um, this is very important to have. Also, Brittany, thank you so much for this information. I want to ask you how people can find you to work with you, and let us know, like, if you have anything actually right now you're working on, like, and you welcome to invite the audience to join you.
Oh, sure. Right now, they can find me online if they want to work with me. They can book an appointment right there online. It's the work with me button it's the first button that they go on my website. And I can be found at writingvisions.now.site. I know it's not a .com, but writingvisions.now.site, it will pull up all the pertinent information about me. How did I get started? How am I able to help them? Where I've been featured, and where can we partner, or other things that I've done.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you for your time. I'm glad we had you here. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of information, and then SAMS.gov better watch out for how many people are going to sign up there. So this is
Right. And
yeah.
if you need help, just click the work with me button. We can schedule something, and yeah, I can help you get to where help you reach your goals.
Awesome. That was your host, Noura Al Masri. Until next time, keep making impact.